So I think we need to get back in touch with what is it about America that is still looked up to around the world. It's our human rights. We hold these truths to be self-evident. All people are endowed by the Creator with inalienable rights, life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. That, and the fact that we're the most diverse country in the world. We're the most diverse country in the world. You wouldn't know it watching TV or reading the editorial pages. This is something people can do. Test it in your own city. Open the editorial page each day and see what percentage is rich white males, wealthy white males from the military-industrial complex, from big corporations, saying free trade, money rules, all this kind of stuff. Wait a minute. Let's hear the rest of the American bouquet. We have this incredibly diverse bouquet, and we're not hearing from them. And if we were to hear from them, I think we'd come out with much better foreign policy because it would reflect the nature of humanity rather than this small elite, this corporate elite that has taken over our government, has taken over our university college system, all the boards of trustees, they're all corporate banking officials, and taken over the public airwaves. The public airwaves, it's our property, we're the landlord, they're the tenant, they don't pay any rent. And they use the public airwaves to sell us to the corporate media. They sell us, our minds, access to our brains and our values to the corporate media. That's wrong. So what we need is, it took hundreds of years to get separation of church and state. Now we need to have separation of corporations and the state, or separation of money and the state. And that's what campaign finance reform is about, ending corporate welfare, ending corporate lobbying, building a firewall between governance and money. And that has to happen not only in Washington at the national level, but it has to happen at the global level too. The World Bank, the IMF, the World Trade Organization. We're for rules in the global justice movement. We're not against rules. They say, oh, well, the WTO is about rulemaking. Fine, let's make rules. But let's look at who's sitting at the table. Is it a monocrop, or is it diverse? Is it biodiverse? And two, what are the values by which capital gets invested and these economic rules get made? Is it make profits for big transnational corporations, or is it meet social needs and save the environment? So that's part of the paradigm shift, is people are saying, look, we want to democratize not only the capital with an O, but the capital with an A. And that investment decision-making process has to be opened up and democratized. We've got to have a lot of different kinds of people at the table, and we've got to have life values instead of money values. And the question is, are you going to subordinate life to the economy or subordinate the economy to life? And you just ask people on the street, which is sacred, commerce or life? People know the answer. People know life is sacred, not commerce. So you have to subordinate commerce to life, human rights, and the environment. And that's part of the struggle, that's the defining struggle of our age. This other unfortunate, violent, headline-grabbing mania that's going on between multi-millionaires who got their money from the oil industry and are willing to use violence to further their cause and think God is on their side. It describes both sets of leaders. That's got to stop, and only we, the citizens, can do it. So people need to stop being passive spectators and get out there and fight the cult of powerlessness and get out there and get active and change the world and make history.